First of all, I don't know if you guys can actually see it, but I want to apologize for a little bit for my appearance. I went to had my annual physical last week, and he decided there were a couple spots on my face that he wanted to burn off a little piece here or there that concerned him. So I look like I've been through a car accident, but I'm fine. So welcome everyone. Welcome to Mondays with Dale. That was the name one of my affiliates put on this back, maybe 6 months ago, and it stuck. And I got to admit, now I kind of like it. So welcome to our call. What do I do this call for? For those who are here for the first time, let me just take a moment and explain. In network marketing, the power is in the family atmosphere, I believe. Okay, you need a family, you need a support group. You need those people that on that day when you've had 10 no's, you can reach out to somebody and say, hey, I've had a bad day, bring me back, you know? And don't get me wrong, you're all gonna have great days in this business, but you're also gonna have bad days like we do in life. And with network marketing, because it can be, you can be going along having a great day, and all of a sudden some guy who knows nothing about network marketing says, oh, that's one of those pyramid schemes, and my brother-in-law was in that and they got ripped off and all this and that. And you will hear this, and it just shows how uninformed they are, but it still brings you down a little bit, and you get hit with those, time after time after time, and it sucks the energy from you. So you need to be recharged, and that's why we do calls like this. That's why we want you to see the people on these calls and maybe meet some of them at a convention or a meeting somewhere, and become friends. So again, we do this to create a family atmosphere. We also do it to keep people up to date, okay? Communication is the key. That's the third thing I always talk about is communication, but communication to keep people up to date on what's going on. So you'll know not only what our team is doing, but what the overall company is doing. And so as I talk about what I have to offer here as far as support, you'll see that I am trying to give you everything you possibly could need to succeed in this business. It's just up to you. I can't make you look at it. I can't make you learn it, but my job is to give you the doorways, the entryways to this business, so you'll know where to go to learn everything you need to be successful, and to be able to reach out and contact people when you just need that support, that friend that's going to help you feel better about the day. So again, as far as communication is concerned, I always have the full presentation quickly on communication. I start off by giving everybody my personal phone number. So if you have a pen and paper and want it, my personal phone number is the +1 802-343-9075. That's the +1 802-343-9075. You can call me on a regular phone. You can call me through WhatsApp, through Telegram, through Viber. I'm in all of them. So if you use that phone number, you can reach out to me at any of those different places. Also, my Facebook is Facebook. If you're trying to reach me on Facebook, it's obviously facebook.com/DaleFranklin.378. DaleFranklin.378. If you feel free to friend me on Facebook, and then we can talk on Messenger. So again, as you can see, I'm trying to give you every possible avenue to reach out to me so that I can help you. Now, how do I help? A lot of people, there are people out there that just every time they have a small question, they'll call me and they'll want me to give them the answer. I don't do that. What I do is I'll show you where the answer is. Okay, so the next time you have that question, you'll know where to go. And that's why I do a lot of training about once a month. I do training on the back office and things like that. So you'll always know where everything is. So again, I do those to keep you in contact with me. Then I'm going to share my screen just for a second. Oop, shrink that down. Maybe I can't do it from there. Let me see. Let me try shrinking it down here and doing it. bear with me. I'm almost there. Here we go. Here we go. This is a website that Barbara DeZetis, who works with me, put together for me. Now, I've designed this so you can do one of two things. For people who want you want to use this, you can bring all your team to this for information. For those who are, we all have a healthy paranoia about taking and bringing my team onto somebody else's portal, because you go, oh, maybe they'll switch to them. That's not why this is created. This is created so you have a place to go. If you want to, you can copy some of the information's on here and transfer it to anywhere you want to transfer it. This is something I do for everybody throughout the company, whether they're on my team or not. This basically, this is this is the homepage. There's an opportunity blog. You can know a little bit more about Dale, but the bottom line is here: connections. If we get you to connections, come on. This is where everything is, so you can communicate. Everything that I just gave you is also here. If you come on here and you want to subscribe to my email list, so we can send you, we're in the process of creating maybe a newsletter that we're going to be sending out. If we do that, then we'll have your email for that. You can connect on Telegram with me. And if you don't have Telegram on your phone or on your computer, all you have to do is go right here and click on it, and you can download Telegram and then connect to my Telegram channel. You can do the same thing with WhatsApp. You can connect with me on WhatsApp right here. I'm going to come back to YouTube. We have connect on WhatsApp here twice. We got to get that cleaned up. You can friend me on Facebook right here. You can join some of the Facebook groups, such as the Win Network, which is Chris Robinson's team, everybody down from Chris Robinson. You can go to the Win Testimonials, which, guys, this is one of the most valuable things we have. When somebody asks you about a certain ailment or a certain problem they're having, and they want to know if there's something we have that would help them, take them to the Win Testimonials. They'll see some videos, they'll see some written testimonies, but what they get out of that is, when somebody has had pain for a long time, they've had a sleep issue, whatever it might be, and you show them a way to relieve some of that, if not all of it, okay, that creates an emotional response. And when they're giving a testimonial, they will, you'll feel that. So, and testimonials like this can sell to your customer easier than you ever could yourself. So again, keep that in mind. You can reach out to that. Team We. That's Chris Bailey's team out of Maryland. And Chris, just to show you how this business works, Chris always wanted to move from Maryland to Florida to live. And because of this business, he's been able to do that. He now lives in Fort Lauderdale, still is building his team in the Maryland, Washington, D.C. area, and building a team in Florida. So again, these are all Facebook groups you can join. And once you get on the YouTube channels and the Telegram channels, they also have access there that you can reach out to the teams and get more updates, get more training, have a place where you can ask questions. Okay. Then as far as what's going on a weekly basis, here is all the Zoom meetings that are going on through the week. You have my Mondays with Dale. You have tonight's Win Network training. Here's Tuesday. Chris Bailey has a opportunity presentation every Tuesday and Thursday at the same time. So all you have to do, this is for the African, well, it's for anybody that wants to do it, but for the African market, it makes it early enough so that, it's only 9 o'clock in Kenya and Tanzania and Uganda. So again, it gives you access to places you can go to show prospects. It gives you training that you can send people to learn about this business. So again, it's right down through every day. It posts our Super Saturdays, so you'll know when those are. Everything is here. Now I want to go from here quickly back up to the YouTubes. If you click on YouTube, here is, I think, something that's very valuable. This is all the interviews, all the trainings I have done since I started this channel. Okay, you can see there's a pile of them. And Some of them are in have subtitles in Swahili, some in French, some in Ukrainian. You've got specific trainings on back office. You got some phenomenal interviews with people. You got Chris Bailey doing an opportunity presentation here with a Swahili subtitle. Here you have him doing it just in English. There's so much stuff here. And if you are of the type that don't really want your people to go directly to my website, just copy these, copy and use them wherever you want to. They're my gift to you. As you can see from the amount of time on each one of these, there are hours and hours and hours and hours of training. So there's practically nothing that you couldn't want to know about this business that isn't here somewhere. In fact, some of it's multiple trainings on the same thing. So again, I just want to bring this to your attention. It's here, and anybody that wants to use it can. Stop the share. So that's that. Excuse me just a minute. I got a little bit of a cold. Okay. So basically everything I just showed you gives you an idea of access. You have access to a tremendous amount of training. And again, my job is, I do some of the training, but a lot of mine is just asking people to come on and do interviews with us, and you learn from the different people we've interviewed, from their experience. You see that there's a vast array of different personalities that get in this business and succeed. It's not about being a certain type. It's just about being able to do the work. A couple other real quick things. Jody Levanway sends out, she's another one of my affiliates and associates. She sends out a daily schedule on some of the Telegram groups and the WhatsApp groups that tells you exactly what's happening tomorrow. So you'll know if there's a corporate call, she's going to be promoting it. In fact, if it's something we've been told about in advance, she'll have it on a so that it just keeps coming up every day until it happens. So again, we are trying to give you everything you possibly could need to succeed. I mentioned the super. Well, let me say one more thing about meetings real quick. We do these meetings, but that doesn't mean that it's it. You can, if you want to have an opportunity presentation, a three-way, you, your prospect and one of the leaders, we can set that up. If you want to do a grand opening and have 10, 20, 30 people on a call, we can set that up for you. We can do presentations with different leaders. You may listen to me and say, I like Dale for the training, but he doesn't do the greatest presentation. I like the way Chris Bailey does it, or I like the way Chris Robinson does it, or I like the way Laura does it. And, so just pick and choose the one that you want, and we'll set it up, help set it up for you. And so you'll get what you want. It's like having a menu. You can pick and choose what you want. So that's what we do with meetings. Just a couple quick things. Super Saturdays, we do a Super Saturday. We try to do it the first Saturday of every month. It's 90 minutes long. We usually have 4 or 5 people that train. It's fast paced. You're getting different personalities. So, you're going to hear from different people for maybe 10, 15 minutes. Vegas Goss talks about mindset a lot of times. You got Chris Bailey, you got myself, you got different people we bring on. It's fast paced. It goes for 90 minutes. And I have never had anyone tell me that they didn't think Super Saturdays were valuable. Most people tell me that they do think differently after they've been on a Super Saturday. It helps recharge them for the month. One last commercial here. Mastermind, for anybody who's familiar with the Mastermind. Mastermind is for 25K and above. The next Mastermind is going to be March 24th through the 26th. You have to be a 25K affiliate, and you have to have, during a period of time, had 500 BV every single month personally. Or if you're 25K and you help somebody on your team become a first-time 10K affiliate, that will also qualify you. What does it get you? 3 days, a trip to they haven't announced exactly where it is, I don't think, but last time it was in Las Vegas. And it's 3 days of being with the top leaders in our company. Rubbing shoulders, having lunch with them, hearing hearing about how they built their business, learning, picking up all the little tidbits that are so valuable for building your business. And what does the company do? They give it in the African market, you get $1,000 towards travel. In the US market, you get $500. You get, once you get there, your rooms will be paid for, your meals will be paid for. It's, again, a fantastic experience and incredibly valuable. So if any of you want to try for that, that's still going on through the end of January to qualify. All right, that's me talking enough. Now I'd like I'm excited about a guest we have on today. Laura Hentila is a lady that I met, oh God, I guess it's been maybe about a year now. And she is a 50K affiliate in our company. She is a strong natural leader. I love her analytical mind. I love the way that I've seen her do this many times. She'll listen to a training, and then a while later, I'll hear her doing that same training, and I can tell how she took what she learned, incorporated into something she thought would fit her particular team, and kind of put her own spin on it, you know. And so it shows me that she has the ability to not only learn, but to think, to massage an idea and create it as her own. And so that gives me, to me, that's so incredible that people can do that. And they're just not repeating the same thing over and over again. They're adding their own special sauce to the mix. She has a huge passion for this business, and I love the way she cares about everyone's success, not just her team, but everybody in the company. And that is so true. If you, in this business, if we help everybody succeed, it helps the business succeed, which helps all of us succeed even further. So, you know, I love that type of mindset she has. So, Laura, are you on the call?
I am. That was very sweet of you. Thank you.
Well, I meant every word of it. Welcome. You know, I've been wanting to have you on here for a long time, and I'm so glad that we were able to put this together. As I've told you before, these interviews, they're more like a kind of a chat. And what I like to do is just at first I'd like people to get to know you a little better. So if you wouldn't mind, please tell us a little about the Laura before you joined My Daily Choice. What's your background? Bring us up to the time you first met MDC.
Okay. Well, I have been in network marketing for quite a few years, even before MDC, but not really. I like to say I played at network marketing because I wasn't really successful. I kind of played at it. But then I also was a realtor. So my background is in real estate, and we're very busy during the whole collapse of the market because my husband and I had accounts with Wells Fargo and Bank of America. So we're in the REO market and we're very busy. But yeah, my background is real estate. And I'm a mom and I'm a grandmother, a Mimi of a almost 1-year-old little grandson. And yeah, and I'm just a normal everyday person, nothing special about me. Yeah, I'm just like all of you.
What did you you said you were in network marketing before. Tell us a little bit of the trials and tribulations of how that went for you.
Well, I was basically a really, really shy person, and there was no way in God's green earth that I'd ever be able to talk in front of people like this. And so I was just way too scared to reach out to people. I really cared about what everyone thought. I wanted to please everyone. That is still a crutch of mine. I always want to make everyone happy and stuff. But so I didn't do what it took to be successful, basically. And it wasn't until I read the book, Think and Grow Rich, that totally changed my whole mindset. And I just thought, you know what, I can do this. And I particularly love the story of Henry Ford, how he didn't have to know everything. He just surrounded himself with people who knew everything, right? So that kind of like eased my mind, like, okay, well, I don't have to know everything about the business. I just need to know where to go and find it or ask the people who know about it. And yeah, so that I just think network marketing is personal development with a compensation plan wrapped inside it. Because I have grown so much being in network marketing that had I never stepped into this realm, I still would be that shy person. You guys, you know how shy I really was? In real estate, we would have a weekly or a monthly MLS meeting where all the realtors go to the MLS board. And at the beginning of the meeting, all you'd have to do is stand up and say, like, good morning, Laura Hentila, Coldwell Banker. That's all I have to do. And I was so nervous waiting for it to get to me that my heart was palpitating and I was shaking. And all I had to do was stand up and say that. That's how shy I was. And
Wow.
yeah, so the change that you can do personally from this business model because of all the personal development that you do, I mean, that's priceless.
Oh, it is. It is. I'm not, I get on these calls all the time and I'm not a natural, I'm never comfortable doing these. I have butterflies when I start. Um, and and I know no matter what I do, I'm never going to be what I want to be. But I finally came to terms with the fact that what I am is maybe enough. you know, so I know exactly what you're talking about. When you were talking about having people around you that know what they're doing and stuff like that. I went to a course a long time ago that said this guy was very, very successful. And he said, your job as a business owner is to make yourself obsolete. And I have actually done that with several of my businesses over my life, where I had a team that was strong enough so that I really only had to stick my nose in once in a while and see how things were going. And that's actually what we're trying to do, I think, with network marketing. Is you're trying to find leaders so you can train the trainers, and so you can eventually, when you first get started in this type of business, you're working. You're doing it all. And then eventually you find a few leaders and you train them, and they're taking a little piece of that away from you. And eventually, if you find enough leaders, and you actually can kind of sit back and just be a cheerleader.
Right. And I think it's important to be able to, like you say, you just point people to where the info is, and you don't want to tell them all the time, because then people will think, oh my gosh, I can never be a leader because I don't know everything Dale knows and he knows everything, right? So you don't want to do too much. You want people to go, oh, all they did was point over there and to get the information. I can do that, so it's like a fine line. You don't want to do too much because you don't want to scare people away thinking that they can't do it.
Chris Bailey, one of my team, he's a fantastic leader, been successful in network marketing, over 4 or 5 different network marketing companies over his life. And he said, most of the stuff that I sold, I never really knew that much about what I was selling. He said, I did know where all the information was. He said, I just pointed people in the right direction. He says, I didn't spend a lot of my time learning it so that I had to teach it. I just knew where the information was. Yeah. So yeah, you're very, very right. So you told us about yourself. You told us about your original experience with network marketing. So then you were introduced to My Daily Choice. Tell me a little bit about that, how that transformed you.
Okay. So I was actually doing another network marketing company at the time, and I was a little bit successful, but my business was kind of failing. But I love my upline, so I was like dedicated and I wasn't going anywhere. And my husband was an athlete in his younger years, and he was a firefighter, paramedic, and he had started getting really bad knees and back, and the doctor had him on some prescription meds, and it would never take all the pain away. It would just kind of take the edge off. And a friend of his said, you know what, you should try CBD oil. And my husband's like, okay, well, if these drugs aren't going to do anything, what's a natural oil going to do? And so his friend gave him some, and he tried it. And after a few days, all that pain went away. And he's like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. He goes, Laura, this should be a business that we should get into. And I just happened to have a Facebook friend that I saw her posting about CBD oil. And I'm like, oh, so I looked it up, and it was HempWorks. And I kind of was looking at the price point because I had another friend that was in another company, and their price point of the oils was over $100. And HempWorks was under. And I'd been with companies that were, premium prices, and then, the economy fails and then nobody wants to buy it. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to be up on the upper price line. So, and then I told my husband, I go, okay, I'll do the social media, because he doesn't do social media. I go, I'll make some posts for you, but this is your business because I'm staying in mine. Right. And so we signed up him, and I just made one post on Facebook about CBD oil, and boom, everyone came to me, my inbox exploded. And I'm like, wow, this didn't happen with my other company. So I'm like, maybe this is a sign. So in fact, Pam was one of those people that joined me right in the beginning, because she was in that other company with me as well. And so then I said goodbye to the other company and just focused on my daily choice. And then when I learned the compensation plan, I'm like, holy cow, this is so much easier. It's not complicated. The one that I was in before, for you to promote rank, you had to have 5 legs of other people making ranks before you could make a rank. It wasn't just based on volume like this company. So yeah, total night and day. This company is amazing.
You're absolutely right. And from every standpoint, a lot of people start a network marketing company and say, well, what are we going to sell? They had the products with the HempWorks, they had the products that people wanted. So they already had that battle beat. And then of course, Josh came out with an incredible comp plan that, as you said, is easy to understand and is very fair from everywhere from the beginner all the way up to the top ranked affiliates. So yeah, add the two together along with a good support team like you and I have both seen it at when we got into the main corporate office. It's an amazing company. This is a question I always ask of everybody who comes on it. What specific thing or things help you to succeed once you join My Daily Choice? And I'll throw some ideas: mindset, staying organized, focusing on promoting, focusing on recruiting, the products themselves. What do you think is 1 or 2 things that actually are the most important things that help you build your team?
Well, when you're starting, staying plugged in, that is huge. Stay on all these calls, on Dale's calls, on the corporate calls, because if you're not plugged in, then your interest starts waning, and you lose your enthusiasm and stuff. By staying plugged in, you feed off of everyone's excitement. And so that's huge. And you learn along the way. So definitely stay plugged in. And I love that this company keeps expanding with brands. So there's always something new and exciting to promote. So I think that's huge. There's something for everyone, and if an industry fails, like had we just been a travel company and all we had was High Life Travel, 2020, our businesses would have gone kaput, right? But because we have all different brand lines, we can pick and choose, what we want to focus on. And, somebody may not be interested in CBD oil, but they might be interested in the nutritional sprays, right? So we have something for everyone. We're not pigeonholed into one industry. And so we can ride the tides. So I think that's important too.
Oh, you're right. And the great thing about it is, like you use our High Life Travel as an example. We have a phenomenal travel portal. So we're in a period of time when it wasn't working for it. We didn't have to throw that away. We didn't have to, like throw the baby away with the bathwater. We were able to just wait until things changed and then go back to that. So it wasn't like we There's several travel companies that went bankrupt and they're gone. All right, now travel's back. They're not there. You can't use them again. Well, we can use, and the same thing with any of the companies we have. We keep adding, healthy chocolates and stuff like that, more consumable things, more healthy benefits, and so it just gives our customers such a wide array to choose from, and excites. Throw that out there, and it allows us to as an affiliate to choose one brand that we want to push, or two brands, or the whole ball of wax. Sometimes I'll just kind of focus on one or two brands for a while because I kind of got overwhelmed by everything. So I have to kind of reel myself in and say, okay, I'm gonna sell everything we have if people want it, but this is what I'm going to focus on for now. What do you see? We're going to get you to some training here in just a minute, but before you said, I'd like to know, you've got a crystal ball in front of you, and you're looking at the rest of December and 2022 in our company. How do you feel? What do you see coming down the road? What excites you about it?
Everything, because there's always new things coming out. And right now in December, we have New Year's coming. So everyone's making their New Year's resolutions, right? And what's the biggest one? To get healthy and lose weight. Yeah. Boom, we have stuff for that, right? We have the whole body melt system, and I don't know if it's all international yet. I don't know if Africa has the body melt or the.
Not yet, but I think they're
okay.
Hopefully they're gonna be soon.
But they have the sprays and stuff, right? And so there's the sprays that you can focus on for health and losing weight. And then Beyond, do they have any Beyond products?
I think that's one of the next ones in, but I don't think it's there yet.
Okay, because I just watched a great training from Jeremy Reynolds on all the Beyond products, and oh my gosh, those are super exciting. And so the healthy chocolate and the XE trim, that's all helping you get healthy and weight loss. And then the protein shake and just the supplements that Beyond has. It's just exciting. There's just something new to promote so that people don't get bored of you just being like this one thing. So it's just, I don't know. The world is our oyster. If you stay the course and you don't quit, you can reach your goals if you put in the effort, right? Because you have to work. It's network marketing, not net wish marketing. Yeah. Right. So it does take effort, and it does, but as long as you don't quit, and even if you just do a little bit a day, it adds up, right? If you just reach out, well, that was going to be part of my training, but I'll just say right now, if you just reach out like one person a day and you ask them if they're open at a month, that's 30 people. That's 30 people you would have asked, right? If you do 2 people, that's 60 people. That's a lot of people, and it's just 2 people a day. If you do 4 people a day, that's 120 people you've reached out to in a month. And so just break it down. Just don't get overwhelmed like, oh my God, I have to send out 50 messages. If you've not done that before, don't paralyze yourself like that. Just do one and check it off and go, I sent 1 message today. Phew, I've reached my goal, and then once you're comfortable with that, increase it, go, okay, well, I did 1 yesterday. I can do 2 today, and the same with your follow-ups as well. And if you just do that little bit, it'll start multiplying and your business will change.
I agree. I do a training on fear of success. And a lot of that is, somebody's sitting there thinking, well, I can do 1 a day or 2 a day, and I can, this guy keeps trying to sell me something. So at any rate, with fear of success, you can tell yourself to go out there and see 1 person a day, 2 people a day, but there's a little man on your shoulder that says, yeah, but once you get them, you're going to have to do something with them. You're going to have to train them. You're going to do that. And what we're trying to get across to everybody here is we're, as leaders, when you're first starting out, as us as leaders, we're willing to shoulder that responsibility. So all you have to do is just refer them to us, get them on a call, get them on these trainings, and let us do the hard work. And you learn as you earn. Okay, that's the easiest way to explain it. And again, this is the simplest business in the world, because all you really have to do is invite, let people see what the opportunity is. The ones that are going to want it are going to want it. The ones that are going to want it to be a customer are going to be a customer. You can't give a bad presentation to somebody who really wants a business like this. They will still do it, even though they maybe weren't impressed by what you did. So again, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. So I guess we kind of slid into your training. So let's move right along there. We talked about the fact that you were going to give us some words of wisdom, some training on how you do your business. And please, the floor is yours.
Okay. And when Dale, just so you guys know, I'm just real, right? So when Dale asked me if I would do this and do a training, I'm like, oh crap, a training? Me? Do a training? I'm like, oh, go on. So, right, you just have to be, you don't have to be anything special, right? You just do it. Okay, so I'm just gonna do it. So the first thing I wanna say is, when you join network marketing, you are still a real person, right? You are not a network marketer robot, right? So talk to people how you talk to them, right? You're just a real person. I think a lot of people think, okay, I'm in network marketing, and all of a sudden they don't know how to talk to people, right? They think they have to talk as, do a special way and have a special script and all this kind of stuff. Just talk to them like they're real people and you're a real person. And so basically, breaking it down to brass tacks, what is our business? Okay, we have an online store, right, with different product lines, and we want people to come shop at our online store, right? And that's how you get customers. And then we want to find people who want to have their own online store too. And we teach and train them what they need to do to make their online store successful. And then we get paid a commission for helping them, right? And you only make money by having products sold from your store. Okay, so that is our business model broken down into the lowest common denominator. You have an online store with different product lines. You want to get people shopping at your store. So you have to figure out how you're going to do that. And then you want to find people who want to have their own online store so that they can have extra money coming in, right? And you teach and train them. So that's basically what our business is. Let's see. And I'm going to talk about the core rank as well. But because I think I have a real estate background, I never got into the whole network marketing thing being like a pyramid scheme, because I think of it like a real estate brokerage, right? You have the broker and then you have the agents, and the broker gets paid on what his agents sell, right? So he gets a portion of it. And then, so that's kind of like us, right? We build a team and we get paid a portion of what they sell. So you want to build a team, and the bigger your team, the more money you're going to make, because it's a lot easier than doing it all yourself, right? Making 100% of your own efforts or 1% of 100 people's efforts, right? It makes it a lot easier. So that's the idea of wanting to build a team, so that you don't have to do it all yourself. And so when you join, the first thing that you want to do is get to 1K, and that's our core rank. So 1K is $1,000 in business volume, and our products all have business volume attached to them. And you can do it in 30 to 60 days, and it's like $300 to $500. And that's the amount of money that the majority of people need to make, right? Studies show that if the average person makes an extra $300 a month, that can keep them out of bankruptcy. So that's why 1K is such an important rank, and to focus on just building 1Ks and having everyone understand what 1K is. So you could do it all yourself. It'll be a lot of work, but you can do it. You can sell 5 full-time packs and you'd be 1K, 10 director packs, 12 body melt packs, 10 cosmetology bundles. Or if you build a team, let's say you have 3 people, then you each only need to do 330 BV, right? Instead of you doing the 1,000 yourself. And to promote to 1K, if you're building a team and you're not doing it yourself, you need to have, you can't have one person doing the majority of the work, right? So every person that you enroll is a leg to you. So don't think of left leg, right leg, that's binary. That has nothing to do with rank advancing, okay? So rank advancing is every person that you've personally enrolled, that's a leg for you, okay? So to rank advance to 1K, you need to have one person at 500 BV and then another person at 500 BV, and then you have to have at least 3 personally enrolled at 90 BV, and you yourself have to have 90 PV, personal volume. So 90 personal volume yourself, and then you can have, 2 people, right, at 500 BV, or you can have more. You can have 3 people at 330, whatever it makes up to 1,000, right? You just can't have one person because one person, you can't climb all the way to the top of the company on one person because that wouldn't be fair. So it's the 50% rule, okay? So I hope that makes sense, right? So the qualifications of 1K, 90 personal volume yourself, at least 3 personally enrolled of your own. It could be customers or affiliates, 90 BV, and then at least 2 people to get you to the 1,000 BV. You can have more than 2, makes it easier, but that's the core rank. And if you just concentrate on that and teach everyone how to make 1Ks, you get 5 people at 1K, then you're at 5K, right? 10 people, you're at 10K. 50 people hitting 1K, you're at 50K. So that's the easiest way to start building this business. Just focus on getting everyone to 1K. And because of my real estate background as well, I just thought it was the statistics in real estate is really interesting, because when people say, oh, network marketing, nobody makes any money, and it's only the people at the top and blah, 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 all that ridiculousness. So just thinking of real estate. So in the US, 700,000 people every day start the path to become a realtor, right? So they start getting all the textbooks, do the training. 113,000 of them actually take the exam. So this is all costing money for them too, right? The training and the taking the exam. 50,000 people pass the exam. And then 37,000 actually sell a house. So that's a huge amount of people that have put in a lot of money into starting a real estate business, and they didn't make any money, right? So I just think that those statistics are interesting when people, start poo-pooing network marketing, because network marketing, you're not putting out all this huge money, right? It's such a low entry for people to be able to change their lives, right? And when you join network marketing, you have to take off your employee hat and put on your entrepreneur hat, because you're not an employee anymore. Now you're an entrepreneur. That means you have your own business and you have to work at it and you have to put in the hours. You know, at the beginning, you're putting in a lot of hours and you're not making a lot of money back, right? But you can be profitable right away, as opposed to franchises, right? That cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. And in the small print of franchise applications, you have to sign off that you're okay with not getting return on your investment for 5 or 10 years. And that's in there. But everyone's okay with people buying franchises, you know, nobody poo-poos them. But network marketing, we just have to change everyone's thought process on it. And it's just the best business model where you're able to dream again, and you can change your life and your family's life, and you're not tied into location. I love that. It's global. You can work your business anywhere. So I was able to, you know, leave Southern California and move to Idaho. And then I think we're going to actually move maybe down to Arizona to be closer to family and stuff. But because I have this business, I'm able to do that, right? It just gives you freedom. And there's nothing better than freedom, right? And my daily choice is just my vehicle to get freedom, to be able to do what I want to do. Let's see, if there was anything else? Yeah, so basically you guys, you just want to send out messages to people, and you want to be filling your pipeline. That's something that's important. You always want to be filling your pipeline. So if you're working social media, you want to be adding new friends all the time so that you're not just speaking to the same audience, right? You want your audience to be changing. If you're a belly to belly person, you want to join groups, networking groups, right? You would just want to be out there in front of different people, but it's always important to be growing your pipeline. And then when you're posting on social media, you want to make sure you're not looking like an ad. You want to do like curiosity posts. Like a good one now might be, what's your New Year's resolution? You know, everyone does New Year's resolutions. What's your resolution going to be this year? And then when people, you know, put them, if they're health goals or, you know, any kind of that, there's a lead for you, right? And then you can go into Messenger and you can just start the conversation with them. Ask them, you know, what their goals are. What do they want to do with their weight loss? What have they tried before? You just want to solve their problems, right? It's about them. It's not about you. It's what can you do to help them, right? Because people don't care about what you want. They want to know how it's going to help them. And that's a big, big part. So the more people you can help, the better success you are. And that's like when you are talking about the products and stuff, like people really don't care about the ingredients, right? They don't know, they don't really care. Most people, unless they're type A, then they probably really care. But most people don't. They want to know what it'll do for them, right? So that's why you want to do stories, right? Stories sell, facts tell. So the more that you can tell a story and get in people's, you know, their feels, you know, so that they get it, and then they want to feel that too. So you know, solving the problem is huge, and that's the important thing. And just get in conversations with people, and then once you kind of understand what they're wanting, then you can say, you know, I have a system that I've been using, and I love it. It's focusing on gut health, and we're able to, you know, release some weight. So I love that where I heard someone say, you know, we're not talking about losing weight anymore, because when you lose something, you can always find it again. So once we lose that weight, we don't want to find it again. So releasing the weight. So I love that. So anyway, so you can just message them and say, you know, I'm just doing this off the top of my head. I have found a system that is helping me, get my health back, focusing on gut health. I don't know if that's something you'd be open to learning about. If you are, great. If not, no worries. So you want to ask them if they're open and then give them an out, like if they're not, no problem, right? So that they don't feel any pressure. And then if they're not, you can always ask for a referral. Do you know anyone who is looking to get better sleep? Do you know anyone who, is looking to lose weight? Do you know anyone who's looking for an awesome protein shake? Whatever the product is, you can create a little script to see if people are open to learning more about it. And if not, no worries. Even like the business opportunity, if you're talking to someone, they're a teacher, we work with lots of teachers. I don't know if it's something that you'd be interested in, learning a way to bring in some extra money over the summer. If not, no worries, so you can just build it around any profession or any area, like, oh, I see you're in Florida, we're looking to expand our business in Florida. Are you open to learning about another way to make some income? Yeah, if not, no biggie. If not, no worries, so that you give them an out so that they don't feel trapped.
I love that. I love that. Thank you so much. That certainly gave everybody a lot of things to think about. A couple of things you said that made me think, when you're talking about business owners, when you're talking about the real estate business or things like that, same thing can be said about insurance. Insurance broker, you start out, when you get in the insurance business, you're a salesman. And if you're really good at it, then they promote you to a trainer. And if they're really good at it, they make you a general manager. And a general manager trains the trainers who then train the actual guys that are out there in the field. And everybody makes a little money off the people that they are helping. And that's exactly the same thing we're doing. And as you said, even in the insurance business, the failure rate is astronomical. So when people talk about, some people don't make it in network marketing, you could say that about almost any industry there is. And then if you add that to businesses where people, a guy becomes a plumber or an electrician or something like that. Now he is at the mercy of his body. Okay. If he's 45 years old and he has worked so hard his whole life, his body starts to break down. He can have all the knowledge he wants, but he's not going to be able to incorporate it if his body won't allow him to do what he has to do to make money. So the great thing about our business is that we can train other people to succeed. And if they succeed, we automatically succeed. And I think that's one of the most important things you can talk about.
Yeah, that's the beauty of this industry, because other, traditional businesses, like the sales manager doesn't want like the employee to be so good that he's threatened his position, right? So they want to try and keep him down, right? They don't want them to do great, because then they'll lose their position. Network marketing, we're like, oh my God, please do better than me, because of our compensation plan, we want everyone to succeed. We're like, do it, you can do it. You're much better than me. Go fly past me, because of the check matching part of our compensation plan. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
No one has ever stood at a convention and waited for one of their affiliates to come across the stage as a 500K while they're a 50K and been upset about it.
Exactly. Exactly.
So exactly. It is. It's a wonderful business as far as we want our people to succeed. The sky's the limit for everyone, and if they become better than we are, we're just thrilled. And to me, it's kind of an emotional thing, when I'm at convention and people that I helped come across the stage and make ranks. I mean, I'm like sitting there in the crowd like a father. I got tears running down my face because I'm so proud of my teammate that they were able to do that. And if there's just that little piece of me that says, okay, I helped them do that. I mean, I'm just flowing with joy for both them and myself. So it's a wonderful business that way. Let me see there. Yeah, I love what you said about who do you know? The great thing about this business is whoever you're talking to, they're either going to be interested in being an affiliate, interested in being a customer, or you ask them, who do they know? And, you know, the great thing about when you're talking to people that say they have a sleeping issue, or they have a pain issue or something like that, and even if they decide that they don't want what we have, people in your daily conversations, you're always telling them, you know, we always talk about, yeah, I've had trouble sleeping, and some 4 or 5 of your friends will say, yeah, I have had that same problem. So you have this kind of like memory bank of people that, even though if you're not interested, you can feel that you accomplished something for that person who's been talking to, because you can refer other people that have the same affliction. So, I mean, it's just, as you said, just normal people saying normal things about their normal day can make you wealthy. Yeah. So again, I thank you so much for coming on today, Laura. Great value. I loved it. Would you have, just before we close out, would you have one last thing you'd like to close out with, or are you all set?
Yeah, just you guys just stay plugged in. Dale, amazing leader. And you know, that's another unique thing about this company too, is that the other companies I was in before, the leaders, like they kept their training all to themselves and they didn't share anything, you know, and it was like tunnel vision and stuff. And the beauty of this company is that all the leaders share. And what's so important about that is, like, maybe, you know, my team, I say something and Dale would say the exact same thing, but the way he said it, they understand it more than the way I said it, or vice versa. And that's just the beauty of listening to different leaders and stuff, because someone will say something and it'll resonate with you, or you're like, oh, I get that now. Whereas, you know, like Dale was saying it and you didn't get it, or, you know, vice versa. And that's why you need to stay plugged in and do all the trainings, because you're going to learn from everyone. And, you know, if you ever have a question, reach out to me. I'm happy to help anyone. And just stay the course, do the personal development, because if you were shy like I was, read Think and Grow Rich. that's your homework. Read Think and Grow Rich. It'll change your life, and get the audio of it too, because driving in your car and just listening to it over and over, it'll change your life. And not being shy and scared is priceless. It's just so much more comfortable being able to speak to you all.
Thank you so much. You Think and Grow Rich. I actually thumbed my first copy of it. I thumbed it through it so many times it fell apart on me. I had to go buy another one.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It is an incredible book. So guys, we're coming on to the end of the call. Laura, again, I want to thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story with us and giving us so many valuable tidbits. Guys, next week, as I said earlier, for anyone who weren't here, I had somebody reach out to me the other day and said that they would really like to know a little bit more about expanding internationally. And that's kind of my thing. And it was funny because I always think about the U.S. expanding to other countries, but now I know people in other countries would like to be able to expand even maybe to the U.S. or other places. So we're going to do kind of a Q&A next week. It's going to be we're going to be talking about some of the same stuff that Laura talked about, making rank. We're going to be talking about expanding internationally. And if you have questions through this week, if you have questions that come up, just jot them down, and we'll have again, I'll try to answer as many of them as I can, or if I can't answer them, I certainly will point you in the right direction. So that's what we're going to do next week. Rather than having an interview, it's going to be more of you guys are going to be able to interact with me and ask me what you want to ask. So I'm looking forward to that. I just hope I'm up to the challenge. And other than that, guys, have a great week. Thank you for coming on this call. Remember, I love you all. I want nothing better for you than to see you succeed. That's my goal in life. My goal is to help you succeed I don't worry about myself because I know if I help you succeed, I will automatically succeed by default. So having said all that, guys, have a great week and we'll see you next Monday. This call is now officially closed. Bye-bye.